Welcome to today's meditation. Find a comfortable position and let your eyes close when you're ready. Before we begin, a brief reflection on today's theme. You know that thing you did? The one you keep replaying? The words you said? The choice you made? The moment you wish you could undo? You've punished yourself for it 100 times already, maybe 1,000. But here's what nobody tells you. Guilt doesn't fix anything. It just keeps the wound open. You pick at it, hoping the pain will somehow make you better. It won't. Forgiving yourself isn't saying it was okay. It's saying you've carried it long enough. Today, we practice setting it down. Not because you've earned it, but because holding on was never the punishment you thought it was. It was just suffering with no purpose. Let's begin. Let your body settle where it is. Feel the weight of you pressing down against the chair, the floor, whatever's holding you. Notice your breath, not to change it, just to feel it move. In, out. If there's tension, let it be there. You don't need to fix it right now. You don't need to fix anything right now. Just be here. That's enough for this moment. Self-forgiveness is one of the hardest things a person can do. Forgiving someone else is difficult, but forgiving yourself, that's a different kind of hard. Because you can't get away from the person who hurt you. You are that person. You live with them. You sleep with them. You hear their voice every time you think. There's no distance to create, no door to close. Just you, sitting with what you did. And most of us believe we deserve the weight. That carrying the guilt is the right thing to do, the responsible thing, the moral thing. As if punishing yourself proves you're a good person, as if suffering is evidence of your conscience. But think about that for a second. Has the guilt changed anything? Has replaying the moment 1,000 times undone it? Or has it just made you smaller, more cautious, more afraid of yourself? There's a difference between learning from a mistake and living inside it. Learning says, I see what happened. I understand why. I'll do differently. Living inside it says, I am what happened. I am the mistake. I don't get to move on. One is growth, the other is a prison you built yourself. Notice where you feel this in your body right now. When you think about the thing you haven't forgiven yourself for, where does it land? Your chest, your stomach, your throat. You don't need to push it away. Just notice it's there. That feeling has been living in you, maybe for months, maybe for years. It's become so familiar you might not even recognize it as guilt anymore. It just feels like who you are. But it's not who you are. It's something you're carrying, and there's a difference. Here's what self-forgiveness is not. It's not pretending it didn't happen. It did. It's not saying it didn't matter. It mattered. It's not erasing the consequences or undoing the hurt you caused. You can't. Self-forgiveness is simpler than all of that, and harder. It's the decision to stop using the past as a weapon against yourself. Think about someone you love. If they came to you with the exact same thing you've been carrying, if they told you what they did, how they feel about it, how long they've been punishing themselves, what would you say to them? Would you tell them they deserve to suffer forever? Would you say they should never move on? Or would you say, you made a mistake? You're human. It's time to let this go. Why is it so easy to offer that to someone else, and so impossible to offer it to yourself? Maybe because you hold yourself to a standard you'd never impose on anyone you love. Perfect decisions, perfect behavior, no room for being wrong. That's not integrity. That's cruelty wearing the mask of high standards. Feel your breath again. Just the simple fact of breathing in and out without your permission. Your body isn't punishing itself for yesterday's breath. It just breathes the next one, and the next. It doesn't hold onto the exhale that already left. It doesn't rehearse the inhale that's coming. It just does what's next. What if you could do that? Not forget the past, but stop gripping it so tight. Not pretend you're blameless, but accept that blame has an expiration date. At some point, the lesson has been learned, and all that's left is the suffering. You already know what you did wrong. You don't need to keep studying the lesson. You passed it a long time ago. The guilt that remains isn't teaching you anything new. It's just habit now, a groove worn so deep you follow it without thinking. Forgiving yourself doesn't happen in one moment. It's not a switch you flip. It's more like loosening a knot, thread by thread. Some days it loosens easily. Some days it tightens again. That's okay. The practice isn't getting it right. The practice is choosing again to stop pulling the knot tighter. Right now, just for this moment, can you set down the case against yourself? Not dismiss it, not destroy the evidence. Just set it down on the table and step back. You've reviewed it enough. You know every detail, every angle, every failure. You don't need to pick it up again right now. Notice what it feels like to step back, even slightly. Maybe there's relief. Maybe there's fear. Maybe it feels wrong, like you're getting away with something. That's the guilt talking. It wants to stay useful. It wants you to believe that without it, you'd become reckless. But you won't. Because the person who feels this much guilt is not someone who takes things lightly. You never were. The fact that you care this much is the proof you don't need the punishment. People who don't care don't lose sleep over their mistakes. You do. That's your conscience. It's working fine. You can trust it without feeding it your peace. So here's what you carry forward from today. Not a magic fix, not instant absolution. Just this. The next time the memory surfaces, the next time the guilt pulls you back to that moment, try saying, I know, I remember, and I'm choosing not to punish myself for it again. That's it. Not a grand gesture, just a quiet refusal to keep hurting yourself. Not just in meditation, but in the middle of the day when it catches you off guard. start to notice the space around you. Sounds nearby and far away. The temperature of the air. The surface beneath you still holding you up. Feel your hands, your feet, the weight of your body still here, still breathing, still worthy of the next breath. When you're ready, let your eyes open. No rush. You've carried it long enough. You're allowed to set it down. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you next time, because meditation should be free.